Welcome back, baddies. It is Knottie Spider again. If you're new here, welcome in, and if you're old here, welcome back, Spider gang, gang, gang. So I haven't seen you guys in a while, guys. Let me drink some water, guys. I have not eaten. I have not drank water like that. Welcome back, guys. Long time no see. I probably just posted the other video, a vlogging video of when I give my suegra her blanket for her birthday and her beanie that she requested to buy from me, but I ended up, giving it to her for free. Just because if you're in my family, girl, like the first project, if it's not a gift that I will do for you, I will do it for free. But after that first one, girl, I need to charge, okay? Because it's my business and it takes time. So guys, we are back with another episode of The Artist Way. I'm so excited to come back to this. It's been such a long time, guys. I've been going through a lot of changes, life changes, and just, girl, things have just been getting more real and more real. The older I get, the more that life just gets realer. I'm not trying to stress, okay? Because I could quickly just stress about everything that's going on right now. But I'm not trying to stress. I'm trying to be positive, and I'm trying to understand that this is just how life is, and that everything's gonna be okay because God has my back. Sometimes, and we're gonna get into it, sometimes I feel like God doesn't have my back, and that is that scarcity mindset that comes into play unconsciously, subconsciously. So we're gonna get into that. But if you guys haven't watched the other episodes of me talking about the Artist's Way and the book, then please go ahead and start from week 1. This is a week series. We're on week 7 finally, and we have about I think 12 is the last week. Let me see. Appendix. We're gonna read the appendix too. I like reading like everything, girl, just to make sure that I just soak in all that knowledge, girl, because you know what, dude, knowledge is power, guys. Knowledge is power. Week 12 is the last week, so we're on week 7. We just finished reading it. We're going to discuss it, do a little summary. Then we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 more weeks to go, which will probably be by the end of December, by the end of the year. So that's pretty good. But before we get started, just a little recap, guys. Make sure you guys go watch the other videos. That way you understand how the flow of this book and the flow of this series, this YouTube series that I have created. I have a playlist of it, so go ahead and check it out. But in today's week, we will be not my coffee staining the book, girl. I use my saliva. Yes, I do. So we're gonna be reading about week 7, recovering a sense of connection this week, guys. Last week was very great, but this week, girl, this book just hit me in the right moment. And if you guys can see, if you guys haven't checked it out before we get into it, this is a hat that I crocheted, my turkey hat that I crocheted last year. This year we're crocheting another Thanksgiving hat. We're having a Thanksgiving hat contest too, so I can't wait for that. But yeah, guys, so before we get started, if you want to continue to watch, I'm just going to be doing a little summary of this week's chapter and also what's going on with my life, how it relates to this chapter, and how it can possibly help you guys out there. Take everything with a grain of salt and just apply it to your life. Maybe the things that I'm going through might relate to some, but to the ones that it doesn't relate to, just try to relate it in a way that can help you in your life, whatever you're going through. But if you feel like it's not helping you, then don't apply it to your life. Take it with a grain of salt, girl. Okay, guys, so if you guys want to go ahead and continue, then keep on watching. Love y'all. Okay, guys, so it's been hectic. It's been very hectic, and it's been the last time I made a video read journaled, okay? Because there's a two-part to this. It's the book that teaches you, how to recover your artistry, and the journaling part where you have to journal every day, basically. Guys, I have not journaled for the past 2 months. The last video I made of this was 2 months ago. So I stopped at week 6, and she says it too in the beginning of her book, which reminds me. In the beginning of her book, she mentions how by week 6, by the middle of the week, a lot of the people who read her book stop reading it entirely, and she calls it a U-turn, that people do a U-turn, which is they go back to living how they used to. They stop following the book. They stop applying what the book taught them to their, they stop applying what they learned from the book, what we learned from the book. And honestly, I am one of those people, because I literally stopped reading it at week 6. And it's not that I wanted to stop and that I was like, I don't like this book. I love the book. The reason why I stopped is because unfortunately, I just felt like I had to handle more important things in my life. But this is important. This is important. And this is, I listen to my angel numbers a lot, girl. I listen to God. I talk to God as much as I can. And the biggest sign that I've noticed thrown at me is that I need to build a solid foundation. And for so long, I was like, what is that? Like, stop telling me that. Like, I don't care about that. But the more that I continue to grow and learn and put myself out there and become this content creator that I want to become, this crochet artist, my crochet business, live streaming, I just realized that building that solid foundation is so important and essential when it comes to continuing my artistry, being that strong artist, that not even strong artist, just to continue what I have going on for myself. Because there's times where, girl, I feel at my lowest. And a lot of you guys don't know this, and I don't talk about it during my live streams. I don't talk about it at all. But I'm finally ready to kind of express myself a little bit more. And as most of you can see, I'm kind of tearing up, because this is a topic that really is so sensitive, and I just feel very vulnerable, talking about it. But I feel low sometimes. I feel like I'm not growing. I feel like I'm taking steps backwards instead of forward. And I know I'm taking steps forward, girl. I sound ridiculous when I say that, because every single day I am working, girl. Every single day I'm not giving up. So I'm not taking steps backwards. And that is my problem, is that I don't have a solid foundation where I can check myself and go back to being strong and to persevere. And I go into this like rabbit hole of just thinking negatively and just thinking that I'm not doing the right things, but I am. I definitely am. And thank God for these resources that we have out here, guys. It always brings me back to like, I am doing good. But if I'm not reading, if I'm not journaling, if I'm not meditating, if I'm not praying, if I'm not being grateful, that's when I go back to this negative perspective. And that is what has been happening to me lately. So continue to check in with yourself, guys. If you find yourself being negative, you need to... Sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes we don't even realize it because we're being so damn negative. But just take a step back, girl, and just try to build your solid foundation. Try to listen to good people, positive people. Try to read good self-improving books, or just books that will help you with what you got going on with your business. And look at this. So let me girl, I'm talking so much for the little bit of freaking water that I have in my system. Okay, so with all being said, I've been going through a lot mentally, and probably like for the okay, so maybe like 2 weeks ago I started feeling a little bit off, but it wasn't until last week where like I really felt, I really started being hella negative. Yesterday I was still freaking negative, but I started listening to these positive podcasts, and I started reading my book again, and just going back to, building that solid foundation, girl. So I'm feeling better today. Okay, so let's dive into the book. I just wanted to catch up with you guys really quickly, so you guys know where I am mentally, and how this book is helping me mentally and spiritually, sure, emotionally. Okay, guys, so week 7, y'all. So she starts off, Miss Julia Cameron, she starts off with talking about the ability to listen and how it's such a powerful skill to have. Excuse me. And I feel like a lot of us lack that. She says, art is not about thinking something up. It is about the opposite, getting something down. A lot of us just want to think. Visualize, which visualization is so good too. But the more that we're just thinking, sometimes it affects us to the point that we don't even want to put it into action, because we're so busy thinking. And so many ideas come up that now we're like kind of like on a stuck mode, because there's just too many ideas coming up. We're just thinking. We're not acting. So then she goes off and says, these moments of clear inspiration require that we move into them on faith. We can practice these small leaps of faith daily in our pages on our art estates. We can learn not only to listen, but also to hear with increasing accuracy that inspired, intuitive voice that says, do this, try this, say this. So what she means by that is that when we hear that inner voice telling us, you should try this, you should do this, say that most of us block those thoughts and we don't listen. And that's why she says listening is such a powerful skill to have, because some of those intuitive thoughts, some of those like inner thoughts are literally leading us to where we need to go to. Okay, like, and I'm talking about our art, our business, our art. Sometimes it tells us like you should try this, try that, but we don't listen. We think, nah, that's not for me. I don't think so. I don't like it. We block those thoughts that can honestly probably be very helpful in our growth, in our learning, in our art, our business. She says, most writers have had the experience of catching a poem or a paragraph or two of formed writing. We consider these finds to be small miracles. What we fail to realize is that they are in fact the norm. We are the instrument more than the author of our work. When I teach screenwriting, I remind my students that their movie already exists in its entirety. Their job is to listen for it, watch it with their mind's eye, and write it down. So I really like this because she's letting us know that we are the instrument. We are the creator of our art. We are the artist, and that we should, tap into those thoughts. If we think of a thought, because like sometimes we think of thoughts, we think of stuff that can potentially help change our art, our business, whatever we got going on for ourselves. But we don't write it down. We forget about it, or we just it's just a thought. It's too much for me. When in reality, that thought can really, really be the thing that you need in order for your growth to expand, in order for your growth, in order to help your art, to help your business. But we're so busy shutting it down that we don't give it a chance to see if maybe this is the puzzle that we needed. You know what I'm saying? So I really like that she says that, because she's letting us know that we should believe more in ourselves, and that sometimes what we need is within us. It's those thoughts, it's that intuition. But most of us don't believe in ourselves. We don't take ourselves serious, or we just really truly don't believe in ourselves. So we look for answers on by asking others, by believing in others, instead of believing in us, the instrument, the person, the creator, which is us. So she says, once you accept that it is natural to create, you can begin to accept a second idea, that the creator will hand you whatever you need for the project. The minute you are willing to accept the help of this collaborator, you will see useful bits of help everywhere in your life. Be alert. There is a second voice, a higher harmonic, adding to and augmenting your inner creative voice. This voice frequently shows itself in synchronicity. I love that. Let me go use the restroom really quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, let me try to finish because I have a meeting and I gotta hurry up. Okay, so that I like this because she mentions, like always, God. That second voice, those second ideas, that synchronicity, that 222 popping up in our phone, that 111 coming out in the time, that 1111 popping up in that license plate, or that 777 coming up in receipts all the time. She's letting us know that she mentioned something else that really stood out to me. Learn to accept the possibility that the universe is helping you with what you are doing. Become willing to see the hand of God and accept it as a friend's offer to help you with what you are doing. Because many of us unconsciously harbor the fearful belief that God would find our creations decadent or frivolous, or worse, we tend to discount this creator to creator help. Try to remember that God is the great artist like other artists. Expect the universe to support your dream. It will. And that is something that I was going through right now, that I'm not gonna lie, dude, like I was just, and recently, literally like last week, girl, I've been doing so good mentally, to the point that I was like, I know no one's gonna get to me, nothing's gonna get to me. Until last week. And why? I guess it's because I wasn't persevering. I just felt like, and she talks about it so much in this chapter, and oh dude, I needed to hear this chapter. You don't understand. I needed to read this chapter because that's literally what I'm going through. I just felt like God was not helping me, has not been helping me. And Until today that I read this, it made me feel like I know God is there for me. I love him. He's done so much for me to the, like, why would he stop now, you know? And I know he loves us all and he wants to help us, so I know that. But last week, girl, I was so mad at him, and I have not ever been that mad at him, bro. Like, I have, well, in the past I was, like, when I was atheist and stuff, but I've changed. I've came a long way, and I have not felt like that towards God. And I just felt like, you know, he has not been very helpful in the sense of my business, my art. But he has been, girl. He has been. I just set expectations for myself, high expectations. And some people know this about me. Like, I just set super high expectations. And if I don't meet them, I feel defeated. I feel like it's not working out for me. I feel like a loser. I feel like it's not meant for me. And to the point that I was blaming God now. You know, I was like, God, you don't want to help me. You don't want to be there for me. You see me working hard. You see how much time I put into my craft. You see how much work, all these days, all these hours that I spent, all this energy, all this time and energy that I put into my fucking art. And you're not helping me? But he has been, girl. He has. And I know it. I just want it my way. And it's not my way. It's God's way. And I know he has such a big plan for me. He just needs me to learn. And I just want to jump and just be there already. And I know he's just teaching me lessons along the way so I could be at my strongest, and so I don't have a downfall. Instead, I continue to grow. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing, dude. And I like that she mentioned that, because when I start thinking like that, like, oh God, you're not helping me, I started like cutting off the help that he's offering. He's been helping. But when I have that mentality, I cut off every little help that he might be providing to me, because I'm over here just dwelling on the past and dwelling on how I'm not meeting my expectations. And that's not good, because God is there to help. And when you start to block him, then you're gonna start to see everything that you wanted to manifest once is going to go down the drain, because now you're cutting off all the help from the Creator. You're cutting off all the manifestations, all the positive vibes, all the opportunities, because you're so mad and dwelling in negativity instead of receiving all this positive vibes, all these positive and great opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so she also mentions, learn to accept the possibility that the universe is helping you with what you are doing. Wait, did I read that? Yeah, I read that. Okay, so that is the listening section of this book, which, I loved, because it's something that last week, I literally stopped listening because I was thinking of such negative thoughts. And now I'm like, you know what? That's what I was doing. One of my problems of why I was becoming to have a scarcity mindset again. So her next section is perfectionism. She says, perfectionism has nothing to do with getting it right. It has nothing to do with fixing things. It has nothing to do with standards. Perfectionism is a refusal to let yourself move ahead. It is a loop, an obsessive, debilitating, closed system that causes you to get stuck in the details of what you are writing or painting or making, and to lose sight of the whole. Super powerful, because I too suffer from that. You know, maybe the high expectations is the perfectionism, actually. And that she actually talks about that. She says, do not fear mistakes. There are none. The perfectionist fixes one line of a poem over and over until no lines are right. The perfectionist redraws the chin line on a portrait until the paper tears. The perfectionist writes so many versions of scene 1 that she never gets to the rest of the play. The perfectionist writes, paints, creates with one eye on her audience. That just gave me chills again. A lot of the parts that are highlighted today, a bunch of chills, girl, because it's literally what I'm going through. The perfectionist writes, paints, creates with one eye open on her audience. Instead of enjoying the process, the perfectionist is constantly grading the results. Tell me that ain't fucking true, girl. For the perfectionist, there are no first drafts, rough sketches, warm-up exercises. Every draft is meant to be final, perfect, set in stone. Literally me. I still, like, the thing is, like, I still put myself out there because that's all I have left, girl. Is to keep on trying, because I truly believe in myself, girl. Like, I truly believe in what I have going on. I truly believe in my art, in my content creation. I truly believe that I'm gonna make something out of everything that I'm doing right now. And you know, even though I still do it, I'm thinking like this. My mind is going through this. And it's so hard, girl, because I've been standing very strong since I started all of this. And I started this last year around March 2024. So I have a year and some months, and I came in so fucking strong until this month is the month that I kind of started to feel like giving up. And I didn't think I would feel like this until it happened. And it's because I'm not meeting my expectations. I'm being a perfectionist. I'm not doing it perfect. I'm not meeting the numbers that I want to meet. I'm not seeing growth. So what's the easiest thing to do? Is to give up. But like I always say, girl, failure is only when you give up. That is failure. Making mistakes, failing, and still going and learning from them, that's not failure. True failure is when you give up. Is when you give up, girl. So you see me crying, girl. I've been going through it mentally. My mental health has been a little bit bad. It's been bad, and I get like this sometimes, you know. But I think I had a mental breakdown Isaiah's my fiance, guys. He left to go truck drive. He's a trucker now. Thank God, Thank you, God. Even though I don't celebrate the small wins, it's a huge win, actually. But he came into the room, my garage here, and like, girl, he's my only best friend, girl. The only person that I could really truly confide on. I love my family. My family is cool, but I don't want to worry them. And also, I just don't have too much confiance anymore in them because of like everything that we've been through. The only person I truly could confide on is Isaiah and God. But God is powerful and helpful, but sometimes you need that physical person to socialize with, And I broke down, girl. Like, I had a huge mental breakdown, and I just like cried my ass off, and I just like literally told him everything that I was feeling. Like, nothing was holding me back from sharing how I truly felt during that moment. And I cried still because I'm just like, dang, like, I feel bad for myself because it's like, all I'm doing here is just trying, girl. I'm just fucking trying. I might be getting my rag soon, so maybe that's why I'm crying so much. Not just kidding, but I broke down, girl, like, and it's so good to have those breakdown moments, but I literally had a mental breakdown, and the last mental breakdown I had was probably like months ago, like the beginning of the year, and I finally had one again. Not finally, it's not that I want it, it's just freaking happened. Okay, let's continue, girl. This is a quote from oh my god, I cannot pronounce that. Agnes de Mille? I don't know how to pronounce that. Living is a form of not being sure. Not knowing what's next or how. The moment you know how, you begin to die a little. The artist never entirely knows. We guess. We may be wrong, but we take leap after leap in the dark. I love this, dude. I love this. This quote is so damn powerful. Because a lot of us don't like to put ourselves out there because we're going into the unknown, which causes stress, anxiety, anger, a bunch of negative or a bunch of emotions. And I like how she says that the moment you know how or what's next, you begin to die a little. The artist never entirely knows. That lets me know that I'm not the only one who doesn't know here. I'm not the only one walking into the unknown. There's many artists who walk into the unknown and they're still successful. We may be wrong, but we take leap after leap in the dark. She says, we deny that in order to do something well, we must first be willing to do it badly. And that is so true. That goes back to the perfectionism or the having high standards, whatever you want to call it, right? It's so true because I don't want to mess up. I don't want to make mistakes. And back in the day, I wouldn't even put myself out here like that because I was too afraid of making mistakes and failing. Now, I have put myself out there. I continue to put myself out there. And all I can do is learn from it. But deep down inside of me, I'm fucking dying. I'm dying. I'm sad. I'm scared. I'm worried. I'm stressed. I have anxiety. And I'm still trying to learn to numb those feelings of I might fail, I might mess up, but just keep on going, girl. Just keep on going. It's like I do it, but I don't say it. So I come back. Revelation. I don't say it. I just do it. But I need to write it down, and I need to remember that it's okay to make mistakes. Let's write that down. Like, I know it, but when I'm going through it, I forget it, and most of us do. To make mistakes. It's okay, bitch. Why are we so fucking worried? We're not perfect. No one's perfect. The ones who succeed are the ones who... And I hate that word, fail. It's not fail. It's the ones who do it badly, as she says. It's the ones who make mistakes. It's the ones who don't do it how they wanted to. Okay, this is another powerful paragraph that I highlighted. We're almost done and I have to go to my meeting, so let's hurry up. In order to risk, we must jettison our, our accepted limits. We must break through. I can't because blah, 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 blah. Because I am too old, too broke, too shy, too proud, self-defended, timorous. Usually when we say we can't do something, what we mean is that we won't do something unless we can guarantee that we will do it perfectly. Working artists know the folly of this stance. There is a common joke among directors. Oh yeah, I always know exactly how I should direct the picture after I'm done directing it. As blocked artists, we unrealistically expect and demand success from ourselves and recognition of that success from others. Okay, we're going to go back to that quote. But the first one, I like it because she mentions, usually when we say we can't do something, what we mean is that we won't do something unless we can guarantee that we'll do it perfectly. This is why a lot of us stop ourselves from taking action, doing what we want to do, because we are walking into the unknown, and also because we can't guarantee that we're going to get what we want to get, right? That we're not going to do it perfectly, or we're not going to succeed in it. So most of us are like, I'm not going to put myself out there because you know what? I don't know if it'll work. But in reality, no one knows. No one knows. Everyone goes through that. Everyone goes through it. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to mess up. And you see, I'm talking to you guys, but I should talk to myself like that. And that's my problem. As blocked artists, we unrealistically expect and demand success from ourselves and recognition of that success from others. This is a big one because I feel like that. I unrealistically expect that I'm going to be successful today. That I need to be. Not that I'm going to be. That I need to be. And when I don't meet that expectation, I feel defeated. And I'm just setting unrealistic expectations. And then I expect people to recognize what I'm doing. For what? For what? We're almost done. Once we are willing to accept that anything worth doing might even be worth doing badly, our options widen. Yep. True. It's all in the mind, guys. We cannot escape fear. We can only transform it into a companion that accompanies us all. We cannot escape fear. We can only transform it into a companion that accompanies us on all our exciting adventures. Take a risk a day, one small or bold stroke that will make you feel great once you have done it. Girl. We should make fear our friend, is what she's saying. Fear will always be there. Fear is all, we're always going to be fearful of something. Oh, it might not do good. Oh, no one's going to buy this from me. Oh, no, everyone's going to think I'm ridiculous. Girl, I can tell you that there's so many people that have reached out to me to like help them and stuff. And in my head, I'm like, of course I will help, you know. But in my head, I'm also like, dude, you gotta like start working for yourself too. Like, if this is what you truly want, don't expect people to give you handouts, you know. Like, it's you're just it shows that you don't believe in yourself. It shows that how are you gonna put yourself out there if you're just asking for handouts for others? Basically, it just feels like, you know, you're taking advantage of people who are working hard for you to just have a helpful handout. Like, hey, let me help you while I do all the work. Like, I love to help out, don't get me wrong, but when you just expect me to help you out when I'm over here like working so fucking hard in my craft and my art, my content creation, my live streaming, my business, and you just come here like, hey, can you do this for me? It's like, sure, but at the same time, I hope you don't expect me to always do things to help you, you know. Like, I hope you don't expect me to every single day help you out in your business when like I need to focus on my business, you know. Like, I can help you out really quickly, but at the same time, dude, I don't have time to be helping out millions of people. I barely have time to help myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and also to improve in my art, work on my art. It just, you know, you need to be willing to put yourself out there, do things poorly, make mistakes, because you're going to learn from them. There's only one way out, is learning from, well, there's two ways: giving up and stopping, which is failure, or learning from it and growing, you know. And it's not hard, girl. It's not hard. I mean, let me take that back. It is hard. Wrong choice of word. It's hard. It's hard. It's fucking hard, girl. You're gonna have mental breakdowns. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be exhausted. You're gonna want to give up. But the ones who succeed are the ones who don't give up. So yeah, guys, yeah. Okay, we're almost done here. She says, after an intricate spiel that leaves LaMotta baffled, he concludes, so do it. If you win, you win. And if you lose, you win. If you win, you win. And if you lose, you still win. Because you're putting yourself out there, because you're gaining knowledge, because you're learning from your mistakes, because you're growing from what you just learned, because you're learning new tasks, you're learning new skills, you're learning new things, because you're literally putting yourself out there now. And now you're like, okay, what can I work on? What should I do better next time? You know, you're winning still. So I love that quote. Another quote, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss it, you will land among the stars. I've heard this when I was younger. And she wrote it here, and I'm just like, wow, like, that is so true. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss it, you will land on the stars, girl. So believe in yourself. I have long regarded jealousy as my greatest weakness. Only recently have I seen it for the tough love friend that it is. Jealousy is the next topic she talks about. Do I have time? Very quickly. I have long regarded jealousy as my greatest weakness. Only recently have I seen it for the tough love friend that it is. To get what we want. Okay, wait. She says, jealousy is always a mask for fear. Fear that we aren't able to get what we want. Frustration that somebody else seems to be getting what is rightfully ours, even if we are too frightened to reach for it. At its root, Jealousy is a stingy emotion. It doesn't allow for the abundance and multiplicity of the universe. Jealousy tells us there is room for only one poet, one painter, one crocheter, one content creator, one live streamer, one whatever you dream of being. Even the biggest changes begin with small ones. Green is the color of jealousy, but it is also the color of hope. When you learn to harness its fierce energy on your own behalf, jealousy is a part of the fuel toward a greener and more verdant future. This is so good because that's the last quote. Because jealousy, like, a lot of us don't like to admit it. You know, oh, I'm not jealous, I'm not this. Everyone's jealous a little bit in their life. A lot or a little or in the middle, whatever. But everyone experiences a little bit of jealousy, subconsciously or consciously. And in reality, what she's trying to say is use it as fuel, use it as a tool, use it as, I'm gonna get better from here, I'm gonna learn from here. Why am I jealous? Oh, it's because I want to do this. Learn it as a tool. Use it as a tool so that you can learn and grow in whatever you need to grow, or what to push you into doing whatever you need to do. She also wrote a map, guys, if you guys want to screenshot it. I like how she wrote that map right there. I wrote the map. At first I was like, I ain't jealous of no one. Again, in denial. But I'm like, if I really want to help myself, dude, I need to admit to these things. I need to really admit to it and do it. So I wrote it down. I wrote the top 3 people that I can think of, and I wrote down why, because it says there, and what I should do. And girl, I feel good. Okay, guys, so I do need to go into my meeting. Where is it? Alright, guys, so I do need to join this Zoom meeting. But with that being said, guys, this was an amazing topic to talk about. An amazing week, an amazing chapter. Every chapter is so good to me. But you know what, dude? It feels so amazing to come back to this. And if I have to, I will reread everything, girl. I don't care. Like, this is for the best of me, and I might need to. So, guys, I gotta go to this meeting. They're still talking, introducing themselves, so I'm okay with that. But I'm gonna write my morning journals after. I'm gonna start journaling again. I'm gonna start reading this well, we read it for the first week, so we're good. I've been reading my books. I finished the Let Them theory. So happy. I picked up on a new book that, you know, it's a little Christmas, little romantic story, which I'm excited for. But I've also been, you know, buying myself improvement books, which I love because, you know, I just want to work on myself and better myself. And like I said, girl, I went into a really, really bad rabbit hole last week, so I need to get it together. And I'm feeling renewed. I'm feeling better with renewed energy after this. So I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling ready to tackle the week, girl. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you guys want me to read next and go over. Again, we have like 5 more weeks left, I think I said. So keep on, you know, coming back and listening. Hopefully this helps some of you. I know it will. I know it helped me, girl. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you want me to do something else, please let me know in the comments. If you want me to read another book, please let me know in the comments, girl. And other than that, guys, make sure y'all join my TikTok live streams. Make sure you support me in all my other live streams. I'm gonna start live streaming here on YouTube too, so I'm excited for that. But every social media that I have is in the link tree in my bio. So if you go into my YouTube profile bio, it'll have my link tree there. My link tree has everything: my shop, my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and my Discord. So yeah, guys, I love you guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to leave a comment, guys. we're done here. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one. And keep being positive, okay? And build that solid foundation, girl. If you don't know what I mean, search it up. And if you still don't know what that means, just continue to think about it. And one day it will just click and you'll be like, this is what that means. And this is why I need it. Because that's what happened to me, girl. For so long, I was like, what is this? Until I was like, oh, I need it. I love you guys. You guys have a good one. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Keep being you. And don't let no one tell you otherwise. Because you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are loved. And everyone else should go down the drain if they think otherwise. Because if they think otherwise, then they're not meant for you. And they see your potential. That's why they're trying to bring you down.